Now, the card on the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Bats. And the Knight of Bats is fast moving energy, air energy. This is going to be potentially a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius person. This is someone that they're charging in to do battle. They've had their studying, they know what they're doing, and this is really, really quick moving energy coming in. This could be ideas, this could be technology, this could be communication of a kind. Something like that is happening for you. So, or at least this information's coming in. So we'll put this aside here. We can revisit that throughout the reading for additional information. But let's start up here. And what we have here in the recent past, we see the Two of Imps. Two of Imps. So this has to do with a conflict and maybe the idea of some sort of a mediation. This is about two conflicting ideas or opinions and a lot of passion. You'll notice that these imps here have their claws out towards one another, and the mediator in the middle is trying to hold them off one another. Imps is the fire sign, or the fire suit in this deck. So we're looking at Wands energy. But this is really just about conflict and the need to resolution. And for some of you, you really do need to have an arbitrator, I don't know what the word is, but you need somebody in the middle to help you figure that out either way. Neutral third party. That could be a family therapist, that could be a lawyer, that could be a friend that is a friend to both of you, but not only to one of you, right? So you kind of need to sort this out. There's some kind of conflict with another person going on. We also see movement in your past tense, recent past, and your present tense moving into the past. We see this Nine of Imps. And maybe it has something to do with the squabbles that you've been experiencing in that energy of the Two of Imps that we just mentioned here. Because it's been weighing on your mind, this Two of Imps energy. This looks like you're ready to leave the pack and to go out on your own a little bit. Maybe there's some kind of a frustration with the status quo, and you sort of want to leave that behind and seek new things. Note the smile on the face of this person, though. It's not because you're leaving because you have to and you're miserable about the thought of leaving, either physically, mentally, emotionally from the situation. This is actually, you're looking forward to it. Even the jack-o'-lantern pumpkin basket is smiling, and so are you, right? You're right here. So leaving behind the safe and the familiar, possibly because these conflicts are just too much for you to deal with at this point. And this Hierophant right here. The Hierophant has to do with that. This is sort of the physical embodiment of the bridge between spirituality and material on earth. Example, think of that as being the priest or the, somebody like that, somebody who represents the religious authority on earth, that sort of energy. In this situation, here we got the cats, and they're not sure what to do with this bit of bandage. I guess it's falling off here. But we see the duality here with the two sets of keys, the two, I don't know what those are sticking out of the vases, the two cats here at the bottom. This almost to me seems like somebody's done. For some of you, it could even be a divorce because there's that legal aspect with the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the one who marries people as well. That's the person who takes, a physical bond of marriage on earth. It's sort of physical, but because of who we are as people, marriage is a spiritual union. It's not simply the material flesh. And that's kind of the idea of that. The Hierophant could be the one who's responsible, even though it's not a legal card per se. That could be something to do with the divorce. It could be maybe you're consulting a priest or some sort of a figurehead in your church, or maybe a counselor or a therapist or somebody like that, because you are having this kind of conflict up here. Now, for some of you, the conflict might not be with another person. It could be something within you. There are two parts of you that you're struggling to reconcile. And that's because, of course, anytime we make choices, to choose one thing means to choose not another. And sometimes we can, not all of the choices that we make are completely easy or obvious to make. Sometimes we do have to choose between the lesser of two evils, or, the least beneficial of two possibly beneficial outcomes. So there is some element of that in there. Now, we see also here the 10 of bats. And this is dead center of the reading. So there's a lot of emotional pain going on for some of you. A lot of emotional pain. 10 of bats, this can be more of a backstabbing energy, or someone else causes the pain. The 9 of bats often is somebody making their own pain through anxious thinking, worries, things of that nature. The 10 of bats, actually, you do have opponents or at least one opponent, somebody that's been making your life uncomfortable. And so, again, when I see this here with this 2 of Imps card, the 2 of Imps is for sure laying work into the 10 of bats. Oddly enough, I didn't forget the 7 of bats. We'll be coming back. Oddly enough, under your feet at the same period of time, we've got at your heart chakra, we've got the 10 of bats, and at your feet, we've got the 10 of ghosts. So it may be that your best happiness is by processing and going through the pain that you're going through. You're clearing these bats out so that they can become the ghost of happiness, that you see the happy, healthy family right here. So for some of you, you're severing a legal partnership, or there's something that you're doing. Possibly you're divorcing. Possibly you're leaving a company or an agency. And it is going to create a good deal of heartache and distress. And there may also be worries that someone's getting away with something. Someone's getting away with something in all of this. So maybe you're concerned that your partner's going to get too many of the benefits if you do divorce. They're going to get away with the house. They're going to get away with whatever. This person's a thief in the night who literally took these out of all these cabins here. Or whatever those are, tents or whatever. He stole these bats, but he didn't secure the bag, and so some of this stuff is getting away. Right? In the Rider-Waite, we see a couple swords are left on the ground, but he doesn't care. He'd rather have 7 than 9, or 5 than 9, 7, whatever. But the point is, someone's getting away with something, and it's distressing the heck out of you. If you're worried that somebody else is not paying for their karmic debts, their karmic mistakes, and that sort of thing, your best bet's going to be figure it out with your lawyer and let it go, And again, this could be that kind of sense of arbitration, or excuse me, wrong card. This could be that sense of arbitration that needs to happen. You guys need to sit it down and figure it out, and not put the kids in the middle of it, whatever you're doing. But somebody feels like somebody's getting away with something. There's been argumentation because of that. There's been a lot of heartache and hurt. I'm going to pull these out together. They're both 8s, and they're both in your future, what's going to be coming up for you. This 8 of Imps kind of indicates confusion, not really sure what they're doing, trying to work for a cause, but again, it's all kind of vague. And this 8 of Ghosts has to do with leaving something behind you and moving on, something that you've invested a lot of emotional energy in. Again, for some of you, I think it's the breakup of a relationship, possibly even a marriage. So with all of this energy moving forward, it's like, on the one hand, it's going to create a happier family life because you're not going to have all the struggle and the strife and the discontent and the arguments and all the rest of it. But that's not to say it's a piece of cake either. You invested a lot in that relationship. There's a lot of love that used to be in that relationship or in that situation. But you do find that you need to move on, even if you're not clear where you need to move to. You just know you have to do. And then this here, 3 of Pumpkins, has to do with industry and positive partnership. For some of you, this partnership could have been a toxic job, and you've moved on from that, and then here you are hardworking, and you have found a couple new, 1 or 2 more people to partner with that's a much better benefit for you. So you're not sure exactly where you're going, but you're moving on, and you're going to be working. right? You're working to make it manifest so that you can pay for that new apartment, pay those legal fees or all the rest of that. And this could be why this energy is coming in so fast here, because in part, you do want to take your sword and just be done with it. You know, this is coming in quick. For some of you, you could have been blindsided. You know, I'm not really seeing anything pertaining to a third-party situation in the cards as they read, per se. So I'm not really seeing that. It does feel more like you just don't get along. You just don't get along, and you lost the thread, you lost the point. It's hard to see what's going on. In this 10 of bats, we see also, this is also opportunity to meditate, to heal, to release a lot of pain. And the 8 of Cups is about moving on in spite of having had all of that in the past, right? That the emotions and the things that were, in fact, positive. So you've got these 2 10s here, the 10 of ghosts beneath your feet, the 10 of bats in your heart. That's that pain. You're going to need some heart healing, right? So 10s are about completion also. That's dead center of your reading. We've got those 2 cards for completion. So we have avoid allergens. Are you allergic to that partner? Could be. I don't mean to make light of it if this is really what's going on for you. A health issue is caused or exacerbated by an allergic reaction. Check the diet first, as we often binge upon substances to which we are allergic. An appointment with an allergist may be necessary to tease out this causal substance. Once diet has been investigated, check into environmental allergens in the home or community. You, or the person you're inquiring about, are highly sensitive and need to honor these allergic reactions. The body's immune system is responding in appropriate ways, and now it's up to you to completely avoid the toxic irritants. Ask Archangel Raphael for help in making healthful changes, such as reducing cravings to allergens, detoxifying your home, or moving to a new home in an area with cleaner air. Possible specific meanings include release addictions to God and Archangel Raphael for healing. Attend a 12-step program such as Alcoholics Anonymous to heal from allergy-based addictions. It's time to move to a healthier environment. Weren't we just talking about that? Buy an air purifier for your home and office. Make sure that your bed pillows and covers are clean of allergens such as dander, feathers, and dirt. My prayer. The prayer here from the card. Dear Archangel Raphael, please assist me in identifying and avoiding allergens that may be toxic to my health and happiness. Help me to only crave healthful foods and beverages.